filmmakers, because guess what? I'm an actor too. How about that?
You did not know that? You certainly know that. I mean, if you are in this industry and been following up on Kalekye, you definitely know that she's also doing so great on this other side. But yes, before we get into details, perhaps Budesco Freddy Unge mix so that it makes so much sense for her, because she's been doing the morning show for the longest time we know, made the best of our mornings and with great music, but all the same, perhaps that we're going to do later. Like she says, we are here to speak film, and they say it's a free country. In what sense? They acknowledge that we've come a long way in the film industry. We still have a lot to learn. We keep, comparing ourselves to Nigeria, keep comparing ourselves to Tanzania, generally asking ourselves whether we're doing it right. Yes, those ones that are in the film industry will tell you that indeed the strides that we made, or we have made over time, they are tremendous. They are to be appreciated. And so we discuss a bit of film and, film in the country, that is in Kenya to be precise. The three guests that I have on set, we have John, we have Smallz as well. I think I'll allow them the latitude to as well introduce themselves. Karibuni.
Asante.
Yeah. You start with you. Salimia watu wambie unaitwa John nani?
How are you doing? Good morning. My name is John JJ Jumbi, writer and director of It's a Free Country.
If you've seen these people, you know, or at least if you follow, about anything in the film industry in the country, you definitely should be knowing these people. Smallz.
Yes.
Salimia watu.
Hi, how are you? Smallz Munyoki here. I am an actor and I'm also a crew member in It's a Free Country. It's going to be amazing, You
all right, so what's this about? We're not ready yet.
Not ready.
We're all excited and looking forward to that. And I sort of feel like, this one's a part and parcel of me, because the film industry, the media industry, more or less the same thing. It's hard for you to be a journalist and not an actress, an actor. It's hard for you to be a journalist and perhaps not a musician. You find yourself somewhere therein. So it's we speak about this industry of talent, and we all look ourselves as people who are therein. So I feel like I'm home, and they also feel like they are home with me here. So what about It's a Free World? It's a free country.
Yes.
Yes. I know you're looking at me like, thinking, right. Yes, it's a free country.
It's a free country. It's a Kenyan film, first and foremost, and it's a Kenyan story about who we are. It's a crime comedy, right? So we are looking at different aspects about how life is in Nairobi. It's an urban story. We have a bit of satire in there as well, some romance.
Lots of it, crime and comedy at the same time.
Yes.
Lots of satire, I would want to assume.
Yes.
Yeah?
It's a fantastic story.
It is?
Yeah.
All right, beyond It's a Free Country, just what is this film, industry that we're talking about? And not just industry, should I say, what is this film head that is actually managing, or that is coming up with It's a Free Country, and what many other, films have we had courtesy of it?
I think Smallz can
handle, can answer it.
That direction.
You decided to do that,
right.
That's your phase, eh?
You are an actress.
I'm just acting.
Yes.
Okay.
So your question is
the film entity that brings us It's a Free Country, and whether they've been here for quite a long time, and whether they have other, plays, if not plays, then movies that we've heard from them.
Okay. I could take this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, yes, you have heard about them. We work with Chatterbox. They are the brilliant minds that came up with Luanda Rockman, the brilliant minds that came up with which are the web series?
Wembe Squad.
Wakamba
Forever.
Yes.
Yes.
And many other plays.
Okay, that's interesting. All right.
And short films.
Yeah.
The brilliant minds, man. Like I keep saying, you're not ready. It's a mesh of such genius, and on the other side, you've brought in such amazing cast members, meshed with an amazing group of crew. We're about to change this country. That's why it's going to be a free country finally.
That's right.
I'm sure you all be like, why it's a free country and not any other name. And so Kalekye, the very first time I'm sure you asked, so what exactly why It's a Free and why this? Yes.
I think first of all, it's just the nature of which, when you think about how do we operate just in Kenya alone? Just think about the different things that happen in Kenya, the haves and the have-nots.
Right.
Survival. There are some things that you'll find that the have-nots will be pushed to do to survive, right? So just because they're doing it on that level, does it mean that the haves get away with it because they're also doing lots of things that are illegal, but because they kind of like cover up everything. So how do we make it a free world for these two people? That everybody is able to live within their means and survive despite all the things they have to do to survive. So that is why I loved the script when I read it, because it kind of tries to level you guys out in such a fun way, and I'm so excited to be part of it.
Are you not worried that it would look like, you know, we say, let's as well, if free would mean then legalize this act of crime for us to have survival, then proceed and do that. Are you not worried that, you know, for some moment people will question?
This is the beauty about film and creativity and just giving a different perspective. There's always going to be someone who has thought about it, and that's the reason why we do what we do. Even whenever you're sitting to give a story, there's two sides of it. So how about giving it a different angle and saying, for once, let it not be that, let's say, the have-nots are the ones who are always being in trouble for doing something that is really, really probably minutely small. For example, the laws in Kenya, somebody who steals a chicken compared to someone who steals millions, the cases are tried so differently, and the person who stole the chicken gets even harsher time. So how do you balance this out? What if things were different, that the people who stole the millions actually serve bigger consequences? So that is pushing also the society to think about it differently, and also to push for a change in the way we do things, because we are punishing people who are trying to just live because the haves have taken away from them.
I sort of feel like it speaks to the reality on the ground, a reality that sometimes we want to hide our faces away from. And most of the times when we speak of these realities, we've seen the regulators coming, you know, and saying, you know what, this one we can't allow for it to be showcased in the country. We have gone to levels where a movie that was banned in the country received some award somewhere, you know, where they accepted it. Do you suppose that this then would trigger such an aspect and such an angle based on what it is, the little, you know, knowledge that I get from you, and that the regulators perhaps would come to question at some level of point? And how do you get them to understand that, fine, beyond the fact that this is happening, also within film, within poetry, you are allowed to think beyond, outside the box, you know, even get into that world of utopia, a world that perhaps we have never seen, we never even imagined we'll ever see?
I think the beauty of art is that it allows those who do not have a voice to be heard. Yes, you have the risk, I guess, of regulators walking in and saying yes to this or no to this. But at the end of it all, if we don't allow us to hear voices from every corner, every person, then we are doing a disservice to ourselves. And the reason why many people put out art, put out film, and choose subjects that highlight issues that are normally not spoken about, is because within an hour, within 2 hours, you've spoken so much about something that probably has never been done in years. So I do feel that that's the beauty of art. That's actually the responsibility of art, to be able to give those who cannot speak for themselves a voice.
Amazing. Smallz, how many years into this creative or film industry?
I have 8 years now as a cast and crew member.
Right. You know, 8 years, umepita probation, you have hit up this level, you are a guru in this film. What would you make of it? What would you say about it when we say that indeed it's a free country and we have made great strides in the film industry?
First, thank you so much for calling me a guru. I appreciate it so
when you're
much.
getting in for the very first time, you want to get to this level.
We'll never hear the end of this.
We won't
you're done. For the 8 years that I've been here, and the reason why it's a free country is so important to me and other creatives that are doing this is because for a very long time, we've not had the space to come and showcase our creativity. And even if we do, we have nowhere to take it. But here comes JJ with a dream, and he tells us that, you know what, guys, if we come together And if we sell our dream to the Kenyan masses, they will buy into it. And in fact, they could even buy into the dream before we start shooting. And even as we are shooting, they will still keep buying into the dream. And JJ came and sold us that dream, and all like-minded creatives were so amazed, and we all jumped up to it. You'd be so amazed that the cast and crew member that this guy has. Look, Kalekye Mumo is here.
I know, right?
Really, guys, Kalekye Mumo is here.
The time my producer says Kalekye, I'm like,
Yeah, man.
it's fine. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's a good thing.
it's a
Yes,
good film.
yes. Oh, great.
Favor that this movie has, and that's all we are asking for.
Right.
We are asking for Kenyans to love the industry,
Yeah.
love it so much that you believe in our product and buy into our film, even as we go into production. Buy into the film, because we're not asking you to just buy a film. We're asking you to buy a really good film.
Really good.
We are not gonna disappoint.
Yes.
And
I'd like to add to that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when you think about where the film industry is, one of the biggest challenges that the film industry is facing is financing. Just making the film alone costs millions.
Quite expensive.
And the fact that it is being created so that it can impact and change society is such a great call for us to ask for people to just jump together and support this industry. It's one of the areas that unfortunately in the country is still not as supported. There is no element of us getting that support even from our government. So why we are reaching out and why we're saying support this film, let's make a film together, is invest in seeing something turn out as great that will impact you and impact your children and your children.
And you know, for the longest time, we've been saying that you know, we want to equate ours to, or want to compare. I started by saying that with what the Nigerians are doing, what you know, Bollywood is doing, and all that. For a moment, is it because we've not taken time to appreciate what we have and support it? That today we can say that, well, maybe the actors and actresses in the industry are not giving us the best, because the little knowledge I have as well, and the little love that I have for film. Sometimes I'll just find myself somewhere at Allianz, just watching some of the films that are being there, the plays. You find your way somewhere at KNT, you know, you're watching some of this, and then you're thinking, this is incredible. Why is it that we do not have it out there beyond the country?
Okay. I think, first of all, in terms of comparing ourselves to Nigeria and what, I think what we need to do, as Smallz says, to develop our own film culture and art culture within the country, okay? And that comes all the way from government, policy makers, and all that, okay? So that we are able to build something that is Kenyan and it makes sense for us, and it speaks our language, it speaks to people, to people's issues, and speaks to who we are as a nation. I'd say if we, it's good to compare, I guess, so that you learn from what others are doing. That's fine, no problem. But I think we do have fantastic actors in this country. We do have fantastic directors, fantastic writers. In fact, if anything, when you start watching the stuff that has been on air, especially in the past year, most of the original storytelling is becoming even more, people are appreciating it much more than works that we've adapted from other countries, we've imported, for lack of a better word. So I think the sky is not even the limit. There is so much we can do. Film is an industry that connects everything. Tourism, all right? Music. Film can be at the center of so much, all right? Many countries, especially the ones you've mentioned, like Nigeria and what, they've become destinations. They've become, they've done a lot of business because of film. Because you see something and you're like, I want to go there, or I want to go, you know, and hang out and experience this, all right? Dubai is one of the best filming locations now. It's attracting a lot of investments simply because people just want to go and shoot there, all right? Most Hollywood films want to go there. So I think there is the potential. We have not even begun to scratch the surface. And the talent is here. I mean, no doubt. I want to.
If I can add on to that, in the perspective of why isn't it that all these great talented actors, writers, directors are not being seen. The culture in Kenya, unfortunately, has been, and for many of us, we'll say even growing up, telling our parents that we are going to make a film. They look at you.
How now?
Then you know, you go, you work so many days, you're on set 6 to 6, and then they come and say, so how much money did you make? And then you count the money. And then they go, And that is how we are going to live. The problem is that it has not been supported even from the home base. I'm happy to see that these days younger parents are encouraging their children to start acting. I mean, we have lots of kids who are now taking up roles even from advertising, and it's something so good, because if we start nurturing from early on and accepting that this is a God-given gift, it's a talent to do it, and it can bring back something by changing societies. Influence is so powerful.
Right.
It is so powerful because you make people change how they are through something like a film. So if we were able to start changing the way we think from the ground up, we're able to do it. Right now, people like JJ and Chatterbox are doing this because not even for them right now, it's for the future. They want to leave a mark, and that's why we're asking you to just join us, you know, jump in, support us as we make this film, because we want to impact in a way that will change not only your life but the one of your child and those coming after you. It is so important for you to jump on.
Very important. We come back and get to understand some more on what they mean when they say, when we are making this film, is still in the kitchen, is it a movie, is it a series, is it you know, all these things about film. We understand it some more, so also when we're coming out to support, then we know what it is that we're bringing, you know, to life. It's very, very important. So we take a quick short break and then we come back on that very note. Don't go anywhere.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Are you looking for a college that will shape your future career? At Kandy College of Beauty and Applied Sciences, we offer advanced courses with personalized attention to our students. Come and get your diploma or certificate in cosmetology, hairdressing and beauty therapy, diploma in community development and social work, or certification in catering and accommodation operation. We also offer diploma in nutrition and dietetics and many more. All of our graduates have secured employment in the job market, while others have gone into entrepreneurship. What are you waiting for? Join us today. For more information on how you can enroll, visit us at the London Beauty Building, 5th floor, Taveta Road, Nairobi, or call us on 0726 031 109 or 0784 515 606. Facebook, Kandy College of Beauty and Applied Sciences, or on Instagram, Kandy College of Sciences. Our January intake is ongoing. Kandy College of Beauty and Applied Sciences is the cutting edge college.
Usiyakubalie maumivu ya misuli kukatiza ratiba yako. Kaluma Pain Balm ni dawa ya kusugua iliyotengenezwa kutoka kwa miche maalum ili kutuliza maumivu ya misuli. Kaluma Pain Balm. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Welcome back to the broadcast. It's a Feel Good Friday, right here on TV47's Morning Cafe. And the hashtag is Morning Cafe at Linda_Lala TV47. Drop us your comments as we also talk about a film. And in studio with me is JJ, Kalekye, as well as Smallz. I call them with perhaps not the stage name, because it could be different, because every other, you know, every is a brand name. It's actually the brand, is the industry name, yeah? And we're talking film, and film in the country to be precise. And specifically to a film that they are working on, that is It's a Free Country, courtesy of Chatterbox. So to delve deep into this conversation, now I'm market. This is how big this baby is going to be. It will be a spoiler. Spoiler. But all the same, fine. At least amefika kuwakilisha. You can imagine you can cast watu wangapi, but at least he made it this morning. So Smallz, ndio mko kupika ama tayari imeiva ama what exactly?
Tuko mapikoni hemu director.
Ongea
na director mwenyewe.
The director is everything. Yes. So yes.
So, we are what we call pre-production of the film. So basically that means we are preparing to go to set to film within a month's time. Okay, so between now and then, we are asking the film fans, okay, to walk with us this journey, watembe na sisi, through various ways. Number one, follow @Chatterbox on Instagram, ART Chatterbox, okay. That is one way to support us.
Yeah.
Number two, ukishatufuata, we are doing a series of short videos that actually take people through the journey of making a film with us. Right. So it's called Let's Make a Film. So ukienda pale utaona, and the reason why is because we feel like it's also important for people to know the process of making a film.
How much work
goes into
it.
Yeah. It's just because a film is 2 hours doesn't mean it took 2 hours to make. It takes a long time. So it gives insights. It gives just shows you the process behind making the film, right? Number 3, you can inside at Chatterbox, you can inbox us na tutakupatia fantastic merchandise.
Merch, eco,
daily national
hoodies and things.
Right? So you'll be looking nice. Takuna kafiti.
As they do.
Yes. Karo ya weekendi.
Yeah.
And lastly, you can support us through what we've started an M-Changa page, right? Pay bill 891 300. Account 61325. So basically, what that is, it's our crowd fund. We've decided to do a crowd fund because of what Kalekye was saying. We want people to invest in film. We want the culture of investing in film to begin, with us, and it has to begin with us. Lazima to invite people to walk with us this journey, so they see the part of it. By the time the film inatoka, you actually feel, I was part of this thing. I was part of that.
How long? If successfully we get enough funds and everything is in order as planned, just how long until this film is out? And I know it could be a process, like you said.
Yes. So the scheduled release date for the film is November. So we will shoot in March into April, then go into post-production, which is basically editing the film, adding music to the film and all that. That takes a while, a lot of time. So we are scheduled to release the film end of the year, November.
A whole lot of work. I have tried, the very first time I tried an advertisement. I was surprised. Something that's supposed to be 30 seconds.
In fact, the shorter it is, the harder it is.
It's worse.
It's worse.
It's worse because now you have everything and anything you want to incorporate in the 30.
Compact.
And then I thought, what is this? How much more?
Nikazi.
All right, the cast. Now that you said we have people like Kalekye, and who are these other people that we look forward to? And we also need to register this. This one is because watu wamelalamika sana. Wanasema, the film industry again, pia nyinyi mnajipenda. Yani it's open for very few, the faces that are known. Ukikuja wewe ni mgeni unataka kuingia.
Can I say something?
Thank you.
Can I say something on that part?
Yes.
I'd never met JJ
yes.
and Chatterbox. I happened to have met Smallz at another audition for a different film.
Yeah.
And I answered the casting call.
Yes.
Are you following the pages? You say you're an actor. Are you following the pages of different production houses?
Yeah.
Do you answer casting calls? I'd never met them. I actually went through the casting process.
Yes.
Oh, you did?
So, yes,
Okay.
every single person went through the casting process.
Okay.
So I would like people to understand that it's not Kemenyano.
Oh.
Do the work.
Lakini nawe Kalekye unajua wewe ni Kalekye. First yaki ni Kemenyano. Wacha tu tuongee.
I speak. No. I'm known for radio. I'm known for being a TV host. Ask JJ.
Yeah.
He had no idea the films or the acting that I had done. He had no clue. And it's been such a tough time trying to break that barrier of, please stop seeing me as one type of person who does one type of thing. I was acting before I was on radio. I was a sound engineer before I was on radio. So I've taken that time. A lot of people have been like, where have you been? You've been so quiet. Yeah, I'm not on mainstream. I'm going back to what I was doing before. Going back to doing my voiceover work, going back to acting, going back to producing content. So that alone, by the time I was casting, even them, they're going, he can act. Okay. And that was a conversation we were having.
Yes.
So I think a lot of the things that people used to do before have to change if the film industry is going to change.
Yes.
And it can only change if we are authentically casting for our parts correctly. It doesn't matter that I have a name in another industry. I also, as a person, want to be given a fair chance like everyone else. I hate special treatment just because. I don't. Personally,
You don't.
I don't. I will do the work to get to where I need to go.
Fair enough. And is it always like that? These ones that are always at KT will tell you, man, tume audition, tuka audition. Then ule mtu anajulikana kwa industry anakuja.
Well, unfortunately, it's not always in this case. It's not.
Yeah.
The truth is, sometimes, yes, some people do miss a lot of casting calls because somebody who's in the industry will be put first. I understand. And you also need to look at it from the producer's side. The producer is trying to make money in an industry that we still haven't figured out how to make money. So the producer is looking at so-and-so, how can I get so-and-so to make my film? How can I get Smallz to make my film a bit better?
And bigger.
Yes,
and we know
bigger.
Lord.
So, and also the fact that Smallz has had 8 years of experience, I know when he comes to set,
he won't let
if the camera is there, he will not be looking to this direction.
Yeah.
I don't have to start training what favoring camera is, where your lights are, where you look most beautiful. I know that's you know what I mean? So mostly it's about saving cost for the producer and also in the end making money. So sometimes we might be a bit harsh on these producers, but we are trying to make sense of this craze that we have right now. And all I'm asking my fellow Kenyans is to love. If it's one thing we need to borrow from Nigeria and South Africa is that they loved first.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
They love their content. They love
big time.
They
Big time.
support.
They flooded their content so much.
And for a moment, we forget that we are ours to love.
They loved their content so much. We loved it.
Yes.
About Frosinama continues shortly. As in, that's how much they loved it.
Yes.
That's what we need to do. Pumping so much love into this industry and to what we do. Everything, all these opportunities now will be there for everyone. But are we changing the narrative? Yes, we are. Are new talent getting opportunities? Yes, they are. Is this industry growing? Oh, yes. I feed my family from this industry. I don't do anything else. This is all I do. This is my life. And I'm able to feed my family. We have come from so far.
Oh, that's great.
And we are going so much further.
Great, JJ.
And also, remember that things take time. Okay. So I hear what is being said about it's tough to get into the industry. We've been in this business for 8 years, and this is the first time we're doing a feature film. It has taken us so long to even understand how we can get to do a feature film. Right? It takes time, but also you're right. What we've done, for instance, for this film, we have decided that we are going to have an internship program in the film. So every department in our film has an intern. So we have about 6 interns
across all the departments.
Across all the departments.
Okay.
And the reason we're doing that is because we have started a culture at Chatterbox where we must have somebody who is doing their first film or their first play in the team.
In the team. Nice.
And the reason for that is because of that. We want to grow, we want to see people getting their first break, right? Just within our set. And it's working perfectly. So I do believe that there are more and more producers who are thinking of working with new people, working with younger, fresh talent, giving guys opportunities, and even writing scripts that allow younger people to be part of the story.
This builds, that's amazing. All right, so we've spoken so much about the government and the involvement and how much it comes out to support or how much it has lagged in the aspect of supporting latest appointments. We have all seen others castigated, the ones that are appointed on basis of individual basis, but equally we appreciate the fact that these ones are people that are in the face of the creative industry. We've had Aziad, Churchill, the likes of Kate the actress, and 2-3 other people that have been incorporated in this. Do you suppose then that is the beginning of changing the game?
I think so. I believe so. I heavily believe it's the beginning. And a lot of people may say whatever they want to say, but if you look at the array of people that were chosen, they serve a different demographic. That's the other thing that people forget.
Yes.
Somebody has to speak to the Gen Zs. That's Aziad. Kate Actress has slaved to get to where she is. She didn't wake up like this. She didn't. Yeah. So Churchill, Jimmy Gathu, those guys have actually served in a way that shows they worked to get where they are and they have something to give back. But somebody has to speak for the young people because a lot of people were targeting Aziad in that selection. Who's going to give the young people a voice? whatever a Gen Z is thinking now is definitely not what I'm thinking as a Gen X.
Right.
We're worlds apart. Somebody has to represent them. They're doing things differently and their voice needs to be heard. So I think this is the beginning of opening up the creative space for all different types of creatives and having the government to recognize that this is a place to pump in that can also bring back to the nation. So I think we need to give it a chance. You know, and again, they have a certain period to serve. Next,
3 years.
they'll be out and other people will be in. So, you know, just keep working, and maybe you'll be called to serve. And when you're called to serve, it's not a small thing. Being called to serve means that whatever you say is going to impact a nation. So, I would not take that lightly. It is not an easy thing to be told you're serving. It's not all fun and games. It's actual work.
And people are waiting to see.
People are waiting to see the impact.
And
if you are the type of person who cares about the future of what would I have loved to have if I was a young person who's starting out into this film and creative industry, I would have loved to see A, B, C, and D. Those are the things that these people are going to go and impact. That's it. That's what they're going
There's
to do.
going to be that need to perhaps have a couple of sittings with some of these people in as much as they understand. We speak of as Gen Z, fine, just coming in, perhaps not so long into this space. And you know, those ones that have been here long enough would say, well, she could speak, but maybe could not understand this and that and everything. So, and we've also seen, you know, representatives in different quarters, but there's also been that outcry that, oh, well, we put you there to represent us, you did not do well. Praise, you know, we put you there to represent us, you did not do well. How do we approach this, or how do you approach this as a film industry to make sure that out of these ones that have been appointed, indeed, we're going to see fruits? Smallz.
Well, for me, I'm going to be blowing up their phones, first of all. That's what I'm going to be doing. Blowing up their socials, first of all. What are you doing? What are you doing about this? Also, it would be good to give them ideas on what to do. Because somebody has been appointed, you're trying to figure out, like, does this person even know what all this means? You know, give them ideas. Don't just sit at home and say, I wish they could do this. It's a good idea. Give it, send it. Aziad is all over the socials, man. You can get her at any time. Kate Actress, the same thing. Churchill, same thing. Social media has opened up. We can talk to these people. We can talk to these people. If you want some changes made, let's talk to these guys. Let's see what they can do. Another thing, let's give them the space to do it. Because discussing these things, lobbying and all these things takes time. It just doesn't happen like that. Let's give them some time. I believe they're going to do an amazing job, man. I believe there is a wave, and I don't know whether you guys have felt. We have felt. I don't know whether everybody here in the studio has even felt. There is a wave of Kenyan content right now.
There is a big wave.
Kenya is ripe for the film industry, for the entertainment industry at large, man.
And we thank God for social media.
And we thank God for social media.
Oh, absolutely. If you look back at the time that I was in mainstream media, we didn't have that until a couple of years in. So the way things have changed now is, say, you have no excuse not to be able to reach out, touch to somebody and execute great things. People are making short films with their phones, and those films are going to festivals. So there's no excuse. I mean, that is why we're saying, please join us and let's make this film. We will be with the likes of Eddie Kimani, Bilal Wanjao, I mean, Charles Ouda. There'll be amazing actors, and some you've never met who I believe are going to be so exceptional. They're the ones that personally I'm looking to see what they deliver. So it's a free country. You guys and us guys, let's make that film.
We're looking forward to it. Ebu, remind us how to support once again as we close.
Sawa. Follow at Chatterbox. Pale Instagram, Chatterbox Film Theatre, on Facebook. Hi. Naongea na watu.
Amezoea kudirect.
I'm always behind the camera. So yes, in front of the camera. So please follow at Chatterbox on Instagram or Chatterbox Film and Theatre on Facebook. All right, we have a fantastic merchandise that you can buy to support our film. This go directly into the making of the film, and we do have an Mchanga platform crowdfund that's going on. Pay bill 891 300 account 61325. That is 891 300 61325. Yes.
You definitely want people to follow you personally, listen to some of the things that Kalekye does therein, and we now feel like, it's radio literally in her own page. So you definitely want people to know how to follow you. Very important. Smallz, even if he's a guru in this industry, social media is life. You have to get people following you. So why don't you tell them your handles?
Well, I'll take that compliment again.
We will not hear the end of this.
And to all the gurus out there, I made it. We are one.
Umetuharibia mapema.
Let's give credit. Let's give credit where it's due.
My social media handles at Michael Smallz Munyoki on Instagram, Michael Smallz Munyoki on Facebook, at Smallz Munyoki on Twitter.
So you can follow me on all pages at Kalekye Mumo, and I just dropped a new storytelling content on YouTube, Conversations with Kalekye. Please check it out. I'm currently sharing my love story. Ile mmekuwa mkitaka kujua.
Atigani?
My love story. Is she dating? Is she married?
Mimi namaliza show. Mimi namaliza show nikiingia.
Episodes drop every Tuesday, so we just dropped the first one this week on Valentine's. So please do plug in and check that out. I really spill my heart out. Yeah.
You'd better just telling us everything.
You just watch. You just watch. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Mimi namaliza nikiingia hapo tusizungushe round. We go straight to the point. Lakini wewe direct unataka kusema handles zako.
My handle is at John Jumbi everywhere.
Yeah.
Facebook ni John Jumbi. Instagram John Jumbi, Twitter John Jumbi. Na juzi nimeingia TikTok. I think I have 2 followers.
TikTok.
I have 2 followers now. Imagine no.
It's not us.
He has nothing to offer. What do you matter kusema anything ya
I
kuoffer?
think we all need to start TikTok.
Bibi na mtoto.
Yes. You need to start TikTok. Mine is the real Kalekye Mumo. Please don't go follow people who are putting my name there and they don't have my face there. The real one.
At Michael Smallz Munyoki on TikTok. And another thing, man, we big up to our families and all the creatives' families.
That's true.
You guys are stars. Brilliant job. You guys are stars. The stress you go through.
And even allowing people to go and be on set the whole day, from crack of dawn to Gioni.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, and we say thank you to the creators for giving us life. Remember the times of COVID-19?
Yeah.
This social media thing is the only thing that kept us going. Unataka tu kuingia hapo mtu akuchekesha kidogo and you're like, whoa, at least there's something to laugh and smile about. And so, we remember the times of Akina Mzee Ojwang where we'd sit down and watch these films and all that. Then money wasn't there. Today money is here, courtesy of